So we look at gold for today. On the 1 minute time frame, we can draw out our major highs and our major lows on this time frame. So for example, this is a really nice level. This is a really nice level. For buys, you could look at this sort of level. Remember, you don't just enter blindly, you need confirmation when you're entering. And also remember that it's risk reward that'll end up paying you. So just an example, you can see we have this level here, this blue line. This is how you would have caught the buy. Like you could wait for the low to print, and this is why fractals is quite helpful. But you can see there's a little green arrow there. You can see once this candle prints, there's a fractal. So your entry would be, even if you're catching in the middle of this candle, you know that's sort of been rejected. You can catch your 2 to 1 quite nice and easy here. That is just one entry method. And now another one, you could also enter aggressively, which I don't recommend. So let's see what price does when we react to these next two levels now. So if we're going to sell here, you're going to give price a stop loss above this level here, because it could also, this would be your second entry. So you could have 1 here, down here, stop loss above, remember? And then your second entry, you would have possibly missed it, but this is my point. So you can check how it comes exactly to that level. You can give it a bit of space and you target down here. This is when you catch big moves. So that's a 4 to 1 and that is a 8 to 1 now. Price ends up hitting both of these trades. Just trading off your major highs and major lows on your 1 minute time frame. So this is what you need. You need to train your eye, because you could also say, oh, but why don't you use this high and this low and whatever. But if you zoom out, like let's draw our latest major highs and major lows now from going forward. So let's go here. This here is now a major high. This here is a major high area. This here would have been a major low, but then you broke through it. So if you entered aggressively, you would have lost that trade. This could have even been a loss, but why I probably wouldn't have entered this, remember we are on the 1 minute time frame. That is not a rejection of this zone. That's broken this zone. So this is not a clean entry. Whereas if you look back here, this was our zone. That's a rejection of our zone, and that's the difference. So when price melts through our zone, I'm not interested. We could also, so this is live price right now. We could monitor this level here. When price comes back here, especially if it's in the New York session. So we're in the New York session now. Price will probably come back down here later this evening and then probably head back up. Other concepts that you can incorporate are things like imbalances, which I've told you about. Here's an imbalance right here. You can wait for price to come back up here, and we could probably catch a sell back down to the low. So this could even be a limit order if you want to trade aggressively. You could catch a nice 3 or 4 to 1 there. Trade gold like this every single day, and what you'll also notice is your eye starts to get trained. Like, so if I scroll back anywhere, right, you'll obviously this has already happened, but I'm just trying to show you guys how price respects these levels. So here's a major high. You can see, let's extend it and let's see how price reacted. I'm not always correct, but let's just see. Yeah, we didn't get a reaction there. Well, we actually did, but you wouldn't have caught that trade. It was a monster. It still reacted over the weekend. That was one level. Where else are there levels? This is a major low, but again here we don't have an entry, because what did I tell you about when price melts through? That's not an entry. And if you did enter, you still ended up winning, but I wouldn't have entered this. Where else are your major highs and lows? Let's go. This here is now a major high area because it's new structure, which you could have sold off as I did there. You can see my trades already drawn out. Here as well, I'll extend the zone. I'm going to delete everything. Here is another level that's nice. Both of these areas. You have an imbalance here as well. So when price comes back here, chances are we're going to drop. And price never ended up coming back. So we go to the next level. Let's do one more zone. So here is a nice low. Strong low here. Did we get an entry? Yes, we did. This is your rejection entry up here. Not a big move, either break even or small loss. Here's another level over here. Did we get an entry? No, there was no rejection. So you can see, draw your levels, wait if there's an entry, and target the next level.